This is part 6 of It's Never Your Fault, my story of surviving incest. So I'm sitting down with my father in his bedroom, and I say to him, Dad, I know that I may have been acting different and strange lately, and it's because something happened to me when we were in Kentucky. And he gave me space and my own timing to speak the next words, but he just let me know with a look, and I believe verbally, I'm here, yes. I don't know if I said the R word. And I have no problem saying the R word. I just don't know what platform I'm going to put these on, and I don't want to get this taken down. I may have said the R word. I may have said I was R word by Uncle Blank. And I remember the look on my dad's face was anger, confusion, and a little bit of I don't know. You know? I can't tell you exactly what my dad was thinking at that moment because I'm not him. And we haven't really sat down and talked about that in a very long time. But I remember him saying, okay, we have to tell your mom. And that I did not want to do. It is my uncle on my mom's side, and I wasn't afraid of telling her because it was her brother. I think I was afraid of telling her because it was gonna make it that much more real. Like, I don't know why I thought that could be kept a secret between me and my dad or something, but no, I quickly found out that no, mom has to know, and mom has to know now. And I can't remember if my dad asked me the details. I don't really think that he asked me the details. I don't remember. But anything my father asked me, I know that I did not have much problem telling. I know I wasn't graphic with it, but I'm sure I got my point across. And so, my dad calls my mom up from downstairs. I can actually hear his voice. And she comes up into the room, and she's upset with me from earlier, you know. And my dad, again, gives me space and says that, we have to tell mom. And that was very hard for me. Again, I'm not exactly sure how the words came out, but when I told my mom, I wasn't really ready for the reaction that I got. I heard my mom scream in a way I've never heard my mom scream before. And I just remember her saying, "Not my baby." And if there's any visual that I have, it's just she went downstairs, I believe, or somewhere out of the room I was in, and she had a moment, and it was a very large moment. And I believe my dad went to help her. And unfortunately, I felt a little guilty because then I realized everybody's gonna know. But they had to know. And I was afraid because I didn't know what that was going to look like. But I'm so grateful to have the parents that I do. Because no matter, or for what reason, I chose to speak about it, that doesn't matter. However, or whatever got me there, got me there. But once we were there, I could say that my parents did everything that they were supposed to do. They didn't worry about how it was going to look for other people. And they were concerned about me. And I know I'm loved. Now I apologize for some of the gaps on how the accounts of how this happened. You know, the brain can do some really interesting things. And I haven't really sat down and talked about this since therapy, which was either when I was 16 or 17. But I believe that the next step that my parents chose to take, and I, was to go to the police in Colorado. And that was scary because I knew I had to get into detail about the incident, and I had to get into detail in a way that I had not gotten really into detail with my parents. And that was scary. But I remember driving up to this really large, scary looking police station, awkward looking building, and going into this room and speaking with an officer. Again, I can't remember what they look like. Can't remember exactly what I said or what went down. I remember just feeling extremely vulnerable, extremely raw, and curious how anything was going to come of this. I mean, they did their job. They did what they were supposed to do. Now, we get back home after the police station ordeal. And the next stage, I believe, was the STD clinic in Colorado. I had never had sex before. I, of course, knew about STDs and HIV and protected sex and all of these things, but I had never had sex before. So going to an STD clinic was terrifying. And I will tell you my journey on that doctor and therapy in my next video.